Hey guys, welcome back to another video in my 5 million gold challenge series. Today we're going to take a look at all the gold that I made in the past week and everything that I crafted and sold to make that gold across all of my characters. Today I want to get straight into it because I promised that this would not be another half an hour video, but this is episode 4. If you have not seen the previous 3 episodes, make sure to check out the playlist that I have in the description below on this full series of the 5 million gold from scratch. But today, let's take a look at how much gold we have spent for the week. We ended off last week at about 250,000 gold, and we are starting this week at about 182k. So that's about 70k gold that we spent across the week. And let's see if we have profited off of that 70k that we spent. We spent 10 more thousand gold than we did the previous week. We spent 60k last week. This week we spent 70k. So we have to make even more profit. We have to pass 250k to make sure that we made gold off of what we spent. But going over my first character, this is once again my Gathering Druid, but I haven't done any gathering in about the past 2 or 3 weeks since all of my crafting alts are all set up and they're crafting every day. So this is mainly, there we go, I was going to say mostly and then I was going to say mainly, I messed them both up. Mainly, this is my bank alt for now because everything that I get that's kind of random and isn't crafted by another alt, I send to this guy and he just sells everything. So still making sales on this character even though I am doing no gathering, like literally 0 gathering. I haven't done any gathering in a while. But this was another slow week, just a heads up, and there's going to be one more slow week just because it's Christmas vacation and that time has to be spent IRL mostly. But once this week is over, and especially when patch 8.3 comes out, I'm going to be going really hard because patch 8.3 is when all the new crafts come out and you guys should be getting prepared for patch 8.3. It is the best time to make gold. It's the last patch of the expansion, which means it's our last big chance to make a ton of gold in a short amount of time, about like a week or 2. So definitely get a bunch of potions prepped, a bunch of flask prep. If you do cooking, which we will get into, we'll get all professions. I suggest get all professions maxed out in BFA if you want to look to make the most gold in patch 8.3, which comes in 2 weeks. So make sure you guys are doing that. But it is okay to take a chill week and go a little slow just to get prepped up. And this character especially shows that. Only 14k in the week, 36 mils sold. Again, it's a slow week because I don't do a lot of posting and canceling and all that stuff. But we still have sold some decent things. Like I was saying in the last video, make sure if you have a herbalism and a miner to go back to Legion and even skinning too. Go back to Legion, get your Fell Wart every 2 days from World Quest, get your Infernal Brimstone, get your Fell Hide. They do sell. I sold a stack of 20 Fell Wart for it was 3k total if you count before the cut, but 2.7k after the cut. So I did sell them for 3k, and there you go. It takes 5 minutes to go back to Legion, fly over to the zone, pick it. You literally just pick the herb, and then you get 6 of them. So that's every 2 days. That's about a week's worth of Fellwort right there for 3k. I sold some titanium that was just left over from when I was mining Serenite in Winter Grasp. Titanium sells for a lot, as you can see. 3 is 754 gold, 5 is 1.3k gold, so they sell for a few hundred gold each. So definitely if I actually was mining this stuff, I'd be making a lot more, but this was just 8 left over, right? So I made about 2k off the 8 titanium ore that I had left over. If you guys are hurting for gold and you need quick gold, go and farm some Serenite, in my opinion. That's been the best for me. I have some Sun Fury Signets. I sold a full stack for 3k. I got these. I have my new level 110 Druid that I'm kind of making my twink that's going to be doing a lot of transmog farming. And since it's 110, I wanted to get the maxed out flying so it can, speed up going through all the BFA quests and stuff like that for all the Azurite gear. So I got the maxed flying, which costs 10k, but if you get Exalted with Stormwind, if you're Alliance, you save 2k. So I did Botanica with the Stormwind Tabard, and I got Exalted, and this is what I got. I got 200 Sun Fury Signets, well, a few more, but I did still a full stack. And that's pretty much it for this character. I sold again the Infernal Brimstone, sold 25 of them from this week. That's 1,000 gold, like I said. That's from Legion. Go over there, you just mine, you kill a mob that has like 20k HP, you mine them, you get 6 of them every 2 days. So really easy gold. Let me just collect all that up. That is 14k to start out the video. I'll see you guys on the next character. So taking a look at what my blacksmith has made this week. We have sold 16 mils worth of items, and we have made 30,000 gold off of that. So, you know, actually, what is that, like quadruple the last character, because it's half as many males and twice as many gold. So I don't know if that's true or not, but a lot more on this character. Once again, it was a slow week. As you can see, I haven't even sold anything in the past 3 days because I haven't really been playing too much in the past 3 days. But still, we sold quite a bit of stuff. I do want to show you something that's actually really good for this character. That's not this mailbox. This mailbox is pretty small in my opinion. 30k for a week is not that great. But I do want to show you something else that is looking very good for the next week to come, which hopefully I'll be able to show you next week when we do this video next week. But we did sell gauntlets for 4.6k, a bunch of hoof plates and stirrups. As you can see, I'm selling stacks of 10 stirrups for about 4.2k each. Hardened the 5 stack for 2k. Sold boots, sold arm guards, sold gauntlets again, sold the shield. As you can see, the shield is still pretty low, 4k, but it's back up from 2k. Still down from 12k though. And then a bunch of hoof plates. So we sold a bunch of stirrups and a bunch of hoof plates. Hoof plates are worth a lot less. However, not anymore. I'll show you guys in a second. But let's collect up this 30k gold. Once again, it's just blacksmithing. So just make everything that you can with blacksmithing. Like literally, even if you don't have rank 3s and it's all rank 1s, just make one of them at least. And have at least one on the auction house. You don't have to have many. But if we do take a look at the auction house, there is a reason why I sold quite like one of each item. And that's because if we go to TSM, go to my auctions, if we check out the prices, you can see 35 items posted for 215k. Someone bought everything pretty much and they didn't buy everything, but they're resetting the prices. So as you can see, a stack of 10 stirrups right now is posted for 21k. Like a stack of 5 is posted for 10k. That's a lot more. So someone came and kind of reset the prices on blacksmithing. As you can see, everything is like a polearm is 30k. The shankers are 10k each. The prices are rising once again. I'm just saying this because last week I was mentioning how people were coming back to the game and crashing everything. Well, it seems like someone did have enough gold to buy out the people that were trying to crash the market, and they are trying to reset the markets and raise them back up. So I don't know if you heard that. I just hit my mic on accident. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, so even though we only sold 30k, we do have 214k now posted on the auction house. So hopefully next week we have a lot bigger of a mailbox. So that's the only reason why I want to show you guys that. Okay, so here we are on my tailor once again. I mentioned last week I removed tailoring from my mage and I just went with my my priest, which already had tailoring. And let's check out the mailbox for that one. So I want to talk to you guys about this character a little bit. This character doesn't do any BFA stuff yet. I don't have maxed out BFA tailoring or anything like that. But even then, what I have been doing is I do have maxed out at least classic tailoring. And I do have tailoring of each expansion. They're just not maxed out. But what I have been doing is I've just been crafting one of everything. One of every single item that has green, which you can see a lot of items have a lot of green, right? So that's basically what I've been doing. And just from doing that, I have made 8.5k in just selling basically transmog. That's what I'm doing, right? Selling transmog now. But it's crafted transmog. So that's basically all I've been doing on my my tailor, because it's still not maxed out BFA tailoring. I'm still not doing anything with BFA tailoring at all besides making the linen bracers for Expulsum for my blacksmith. That's all I've done with BFA so far. But I have been doing just one of everything else, and I have been making a little bit of sales. I also sold 3 hexweave bags for about 1k each. I'm kind of done with hexweave bags. They are getting really tanked. Last week there was no one posting hexweave bags besides me. This week there is so many hexweave bags, so I think a lot of people are coming back to the game, and the prices are going down and down and down. So I'm going to, instead of doing tailors, I'm going to do engineers, which was my original plan in the first place. Anyways, it's just that hexweave bags are a lot faster to set up than sky golems. But sky golems will be a lot more profit now, especially when hexweave bags are so easy to craft, like I was mentioning, that anyone can do them, and everyone is doing them now. So I did sell the 3 that I had from the week, and I am no longer going to be crafting hexweave bags besides on my priest, because that'll be my one tailor. And then also I did sell a azure silk belt for 1,000 gold and a frostwoven wrist wraps for 2.6k. So even though a lot of these are for like 10 gold, 30 gold, I'm just crafting one of everything. Like I said, if something sells, I recraft it and then I just post it back up. So a lot of shirts sell, If you want to make a lot of little bits of gold, shirts are very good. They make like 30 gold profit each. Once again, if you don't want 30 gold profit, you could just not craft the shirts. And you can go for the items that give you 100 gold plus, 1,000 gold plus, whatever your limit is. For me, I just did one of everything, because I don't really care at this point. I just started out this character, and if you look at his gold, 36 gold. So I was running out of gold anyways. I could definitely use this 8.5k. Just mentioning, I started out with 200 gold on this character. After crafting everything, I made 8.5k off of that 200 gold. So still very nice profits off of that either way. Hopefully once 8.3 comes out and I have my tailoring maxed out, I'm going to be making tons of gold on tailoring. Because it'll just be like blacksmithing, where I'm posting one of every single epic piece of armor. And any weapons that tailoring can craft if they can at all. Maybe tomes, I don't know, for the offhand. But yeah, so 8.5k on that character. Let's move on to the next. Here we are on my Alchemist. It was another slow week for my Alchemist. Once again, I only post 3 days a week anyways on my Alchemist. But it was a slow week nonetheless. 35k on the Alchemist. I actually ran out of all the potions that people were buying. So I sold Greater Flask Occurrence, you know, almost 6k each stack of 10. But I just ran out. I only had 4 or 50 posted on the auction house. And I was getting really unlucky with my Silas proc, and I didn't get for like 2 or 3 days of clicking it, like probably 5 hours each day. So I kind of got really unlucky, and I'm just learning from that. Once again, we just started this series, so we're kind of learning as we go along. We need to have a lot more potions. I ran out of my Unbridled Furies. I sold every single stack I had on the auction house. I sold all of my Greater Flask of the Currents. I sold all of my Abyssal Healing Potions. Just everything that I had, I sold full stacks, and I ran out, which is why I only made 35k. Because that's all the people wanted, was those specific potions, and that was all I had of those ones. The rest didn't sell. I have since, made more, and I'm going to learn, I'm going to adjust my operations, my crafting operations, make sure that I'm crafting more than enough, so that way, just in case I do sell out my whole stock of a specific type of potion, I have more to post. Instead of having like 50 of each, I'm going to have probably like 100 of these guys that sell out quickly. I'm going to have maybe 50 of the ones that don't, and, I'll go from there. So, yeah, I have to make a lot more Unbridled Furies because they sell like hotcakes on the server every single week. That's what I sell the most of, is Unbridled Furies. Abyssal Healing Potions, I need to have hundreds of those on the auction house, looking at it now. And then also the Flask, too. I do now have rank 3 of every single flask, so I will be now making every single flask. I've so far have only been doing the Currents and the Vast Horizons, and the Vast Horizons are the lowest selling of all of them. But now I do have the Strength one and also the Intellect one, the flask. So hopefully I'll be making a lot of gold next week. I do have to farm up a ton of Zenithid though. If I want to make 100 of each flask, that's like 6,000 Zenithid. And I don't have enough gold to buy that much, so I have to farm it. So maybe I will be doing gathering this week. We'll have to see. But once again, it's going to have to be a slow week because I have to spend a lot of more time IRL. So maybe the week after that, I'll be doing a lot more Zenithid farming and get really stocked up on potions and flasks for 8.3. But still, I mean, even though it's a slow week, it's still 35k. It's still adding to our total. And we only spent, 70k? And I think we already made over 70k. So I think we're already profiting. And we are about halfway through my characters, I believe, so let's keep moving on. Moving on to my poor Inscriptionist. Still not looking too great. We made more than last week. I think we only made... Actually, I think we made less than last week. I think we made 8... We either made 5k last week or 8k last week on this character. And still an even 7k gold on this character. This character has not seen what my blacksmith has seen. My blacksmith is seeing people resetting the prices, driving the prices back up. My inscriptionist is still the same. All the prices are just minimum profits, making like 10 gold a contract. It's terrible. Still 7k for the week. I'm just so sad because I had high hopes for Inscription because there was so massive profit. If you look at my first video in this series and you saw the profits on all the contracts, they were like 1,000 gold each. Now they're like 10 to 100 gold each. So I had high hopes. Those hopes got crushed. That's why I'm so sad about the Alchemist. But I guess that makes it quick to just move on. I sold some Proudmoore Admiralities. I think because people want a Colterian race unlock. I don't know. But that's basically all I sold. And Tomes of the Quiet Mind as well. So yeah, let's just move on to the next character. So here we are on the final character of this week. It is the Transmog Seller, and it has been a pretty slow week for my Transmog character. Once again, I haven't added any new Transmog since the first week. I have done 0 extra Transmog farming just because I haven't had the time, and I've been actually just working on a Twink 110 Druid that will eventually get to Transmog farming, but there is a lot of work before that happens if you want to go as fast as possible. So still a lot of just questing on that guy, and that's where my time is spent instead of being spent towards transmog farming. If you are transmog farming and you are selling transmog, it is definitely recommended to be transmog farming just about every day that you can. That way you can keep adding more and more to your stock, because as you can see, the less stock you have, the less sales you make. So as I get under like 300 items, I think I'm at about 300 items now. I've sold almost 100 items so far. The sales get slower and slower and slower. You still have 300 items on the auction house, but that's just not enough. You need 500 to about 1,000. You can have 5,000 if you want, but you only really need 500 to 1,000 items on the auction house. So if you're making sales, you got to be restocking what you're selling. I haven't been doing that. But still, 16k, it's not the worst. It is, but it's not the worst, right? Still making a little bit. But 2.5k for a resilient cap. Again, a bunch of less than 1,000 transmog, just from leveling 1 to 60. Also, since we just are starting out in transmog, we're not being too picky yet. Once we get a lot of items, we're going to start being more picky, start only selling things that are worth like 1,000 plus, but we're not there yet. We need to add more to the transmog. So I need to go out and farm more transmog before we even think about that. But a few more items for over 1,000. We got the Girdle of Golem Strength, Dark Phantom Cape, Sinjin Long Rifle, Durable Pants, and a Life Forged Breastplate. These are all basically from Zul'Farrak. I believe every single one of those I just listed off can come from Zul'Farrak. So that still has made the most sales out of any other farm that we did. So definitely, if you're looking into getting into transmog farming, do a Zul'Farrak, because that's where most of my sales have come from. So we might be running out of Zul'Farrak items. I need to go back there, right? Because we keep selling items and not restocking. So I should go back to Zul'Farrak, just spend an hour away from questing on the character. It doesn't have to be 500% move speed yet, I could just go there and do it now on my rogue at just 100% move speed. So I should definitely be doing that this week and restocking. And like I said, I recommend you guys do as well if you're getting into transmog. That was the most asked question from my last 2 videos, is what are my transmog groups and operations and stuff like that. My next video will be all about my TSM groups, all about my TSM operations. I just want to clean them up a bit and make them more presentable for you guys before I do that. So next video will definitely be all about that, as well as the sales that we made. But let's collect this 16k, see what we made for the week. Even though it's been a pretty slow week once again, I still believe we made a profit and even more gold than last week. So remember, we started the week at 182k, and we are now at 292k. So we made 110k across all my characters, and at least the characters that I have showed you guys. We made 110k, and that is at a profit of 40k, because we started at 250k in the last video, and then we spent 70k, which brought us to 180k. And then we made back the 180k, or 110k, puts us at 292k. I hope that wasn't confusing, but I just wanted to make sure that everyone gets it. So yeah, we made 40k, basically as an actual profit, but we collected 110k gold from the mailbox in this video. So we're still inching up our way. Again, a lot of the gold we're gonna make is coming from 8.3's launch. Definitely get prepared for 8.3. If you don't get prepared for 8.3, you're not going to feel very good about yourself, because you're going to see either myself or other people making a lot of profit. Hopefully myself, right? If I get prepared well enough. And you're going to see everyone else making a ton of profit, making probably millions and millions in the first couple weeks. So definitely get prepared, because that can happen for anybody, even if you're on a medium pop server. We've already made 300k in 3 videos, so it's definitely plausible. We're above a quarter mil. So we're still making progress, slow progress, but we're making our progress. Hopefully, once 8.3 comes out, we make a bunch of gold. I said that already, so that means I'm ranting, and we got to end this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Once again, next video will be all about the stuff that you guys asked for, my TSM groups, my TSM operations, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like, and if you haven't yet, click that subscribe button plus the bell next to it so you can be notified whenever I upload a video. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys next time.